Shut up and sit down.
Greetings, my fellow Earth travelers, and welcome back to All the Mod 6. How is everybody doing today? So, guys, last time we worked on elemental craft. It is getting dark, but we made this here little setup to make all the super fine, fancy crystals. And you can see it is working a treat. Now, I have been working a little bit off of the cameras. I've been moving... What am I trying to say? Words in my mouth. Cut up a bunch of trees over here, leveled off the land a little bit, made a whole bunch of loud critters that, yeah, we got them out of the little hole that was about right here. Done a little work over here, gussying things up, making things a little prettier, lightening things up a little bit. Dug the lake out an extra layer because it was only one layer deep, and that just ain't enough. So now we get things like fish spawning and stuff like that. I went ahead and grassed the bottom, just a bunch of bone meal, brought over some kelp. I even put some of our pickles down there. And let's see what else we did. So here in the house, I've done a little bit. I did go ahead and make us a fire furnace from elemental craft. These are super easy to craft. Didn't take much of nothing. Much easier than the blast furnace we made in the last episode. I needed to cook some meat because I was working on up in my hearts. You can see down here where the hearts are. We are now on our third row of hearts because I've been trying to just eat all the different kinds of foods I can eat. And I'd gone through all the raw variants that I had on hand, so I started making some of the cooked variants, cooked beef, cooked salmon, cooked cod, those kind of things, using this guy. And I did do this quick and dirty little setup just to give us an extra tank of go-go juice because I have been refining ore. So if we take some ore and toss it in here like we saw in the last episode, this will turn into those little crystal things on top, which we can put into the blast furnace. This guy right here. Right there. And we can cookerate those up. We can just take these guys out, drop them in here, they'll cook up and turn into 2 ingots. So we're getting ore duplication that way, and I've been just duplicating a ton of ore. The problem I'm having is these guys just are not fast enough. These extractors are not sucking the juice out of these juice makers quick enough, which, by the way, we did move these into the house. These are floating around in the world. We did make a little scoop thing to go grab them, bring them into the house here to power up our machines. So there is an improved variant of this I want to work on today, which is why we needed these 2 pure crystals, which we just made up. And I need these guys. So let's get these. Boom and a bam. And let's look at elemental craft. Here's the fancier one, the improved element extractor. And you can see we're also going to need some swift alloy and some white rock, which I do not have. So let's go get that. Show our elemental craft box. We need 1, 2, 3, 4 of those and 2 of those. I think we're going to be good there. And let's see how many of these we can make. 2. Perfectamundo. So we're going to take these and we're just going to plop them down there. They will hopefully suck the juice out a little bit quicker, and it'll keep these things juiced up. And we could probably hopefully get rid of the second batch. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it works. But that's kind of what I've been working on off cam. Now I did do some building off cam as well. You will notice there is a new trapdoor over here. We're not going to use this today, but there is a thing down here. Boom. We got this little workspace down here. Kind of cool looking. I did finally make some use out of this cobblestone bricks that I was liking from Quark. And I said we're going to use this later. This actually just comes down to almost lake level. Not quite lake level right here. So we'll do something with this a little bit later. Kind of have a plan. I did do a concrete floor from Immersive Engineering. You can do that with some I think it's gravel, sand, and water buckets. Makes that gray concrete floor, which I think is a great floor for just general purpose. And I did one more thing. If you notice, we made a little path around the side here, and oh, that's new. Yep, we have a basement. Yeah, I guess the other thing we looked at was the sub-basement, maybe? This is the actual basement. So we got us a little basement down here, and we're going to be working in this space today. This space and this space. And in fact, we're going to start with this space right now. So, as you can see, we did do a lot of concrete from immersive engineering. And so I want to get a little bit into immersive engineering today. To do that, we're going to need some iron ingots. We don't need that many. We only need 2. So we'll just stick the rest up in there. And we need some string. And we need some sticks, which we can grab from down here. And we gonna make a hammer. So if we go to immersive, the reason I want to get going on this fairly early is because it's a fairly time-consuming mod. To get going takes some time. Now you see some stuff here in my inventory. That is because we want to make some coke brick. And we want to make 9, or have 9 stacks to give us 27 coke brick. And we're going to take that down here into the basement. And you can see that's what we have these spaces for, why they're not decorated out when everything else is. So we're just going to lay these out in a 3x3 pattern. Like so. Boom. We're going to take our hammer and bap it on the front. And now we have a coke oven. So we're going to put some coal in here. It's going to turn it into coal coke and give us some creosote right here. And this is the part that takes a little bit of time to get you enough creosote to make enough treated wood to be able to do what you want to do. Let's go get some coal up in here. And let's see, let's just do boop, boop, boop. And we'll put boop, boop, boop back. Perfect. And let's go ahead and make some blocks. Now, it doesn't matter if you use the blocks or the regular one, or the... Oh, I didn't do this. Why didn't I not do that? I didn't do it over here either. Didn't give it. All right, I'm gonna have to come back and do that. You can use the regular coal, or you can use the blocks. Regular coal will give you coal coke regularly. Blocks will give you coal coke blocks, which can be turned into 9 of the regular coal coke. And the blocks obviously produce more creosote. So that's it. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other as to what you use. So you get the nice little flame pattern on here, which I like, which tells you it is doing its work. All right, and just like that, the little nubbins over here have been taken care of, and I went ahead and replaced this with walls and moved this wall back one, just because I thought it looked cooler. And this is reserved for yet another machine, and like I said, we're going to be working on this today. So we're going to let this cook up. It's going to take a long time. So while this is cooking, we're going to get started over here with what I want to do in here. Now this is kind of supposed to be like an old boiler. I mean, they're not normally made out of brick, but it's what I got. So that's what we're going to do. We are going to turn that into power. So I want to get started on some mechanism. Surprise! Oblig's doing some mechanism. I know, right? So we need to make power. In order to make power, we're going to make some heat generators, because that is the easiest and cheapest form of power you can have early game. At least for mechanism anyway. So we're going to need 1, 2, 3 of those, because I want to make 3 of these heat generators. We need 2 pieces of copper each. Get some coppers. So we got our 6 coppers. We're gonna need 3 osmiums. Which, like I said, I've been doing the ore duplication, so we've got a little bit of all the ores. So that'll come in handy. We want some planks and we want 3 iron ingots each. So there we go. And now we just need to grab some planks. Hopefully we can use this Sokolva wood. And that should be enough for tray heat generators. Perfectamundo. Now we need to take one of these here lava buckets. Perfect. We're going to take this down here. Take the shortcut. Into the basement we go. And I think we will go ahead and place 1, 2, 3 of those. Nice. And we need to get above them. What is going to be the best way to do this? We need to get above them to place the lava. So getting that first one. I'm afraid if I put it on here, it's going to waterlog. Or lava log, is that a thing? Can you even lava log something? Is that a thing? Can we do that? No. Okay. Okay. Because these are vertical half slabs. So, but if you can't waterlog, then I should be able to place here. Like there, and then it flow down. Now I do want to pull out these bottom bricks. I just had these for to be able to place the generators quicker and easier. So I should be able to put that one there. He's going to flow all the way around that one generator. Perfect. Then I should be able to place that one. Oh, that lava log the generator. Oh, I forgot that was a thing. That the generator itself can be lava logged. Yeah, I think that's probably a bug. So, okay, let's try this. Let's mathificate. If we put that one, surround it with lava, we can see it producing about 29.5 FE per tech. Okay. If we lava log this one, it's producing, ooh, it looks cooler. And it's producing 29.5 FE per tick. So exactly the same thing. It does look a little cooler because you can see the lava sparkling through here. I don't know if that's a good thing. I think we'll just stick with the old faithful sticking it on top. Go away, lava. Yeah, I think we'll just go with old faithful here. And stick it on top of all 3. Bing, bang, boom. And then we place our blocks back. Bippity boppity. We have contained lava. We have power producing generators all producing 29.5 RF a tick. Perfect. We'll be able to connect those up together. Now we need to make some machines to use that lava. Alright, so now the first machine we need to make is a metallurgy infuser. So in order to do that, we're going to need some furnaces, some osmium, some iron, and some redstone. So we have plenty of furnaces. Let's go get some of the other bits and bobs. Now you may hear some noise in the background. I have been waiting for 3 days solid for these guys to stop making that noise, and they're still doing it. And I was like, I gotta get a video up. These people, I can't be waiting on them anymore. So yeah, they're gonna be out there making noise. There's some construction going on in the area, and they, right next door, and it's just gonna be a thing. Sorry, is what it is. So there we go, metallurgy infuser. Now, next thing we need to make is an enrichment chamber, but to do that, we need to make steel. To make steel, we need coal, and we're going to need 2 coal per piece of steel that we need, and we need, I think it's 4 pieces of steel. So we're going to need that, and we're going to need 1 iron ingot per piece of steel. Okay, so that'll get us our steel. Now we also need a piece of osmium for that. And we need... Oh, nope. Click on this. Some glass. Do we have any glass? We do. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. And if you don't know how I'm getting this stuff over here, when you search it up in JEI, so if I'm searching the enrichment chamber, if you come over here and just hit A as you're mousing over it, it'll put it over here so you can just get to it quickly without having to search it up each and every time. And that's configurable in your options menu. So that should get us the casing. Now we need these little guys, which is just redstone and osmium. So we need 2 of those. So we're going to get 2 redstone and 2 osmium. And hopefully they didn't change that recipe. Let's double check that. Oh, yeah, okay. So we need 2 redstone per. There we go. Yeah, see, if you see here, it says 20 millibuckets. That means you need 2 redstone, because each piece of redstone will give you 10 millibuckets. All right. So what else do we need? 4 more redstone for the machine itself. And 2 iron for the machine itself. And that should get us. Okay, so let's head back down to the basement. Do some craftigating. We're going to need some power. We're going to need to put this here metallurgy infuser on some go-go juice. Boom. So now it's got the power. So I got the power. Now we need to put... So we put all that coal in there. You can see it's turned into 80 carbon. So each one became 10 millibuckets. We're going to put those in there. That's going to become enriched iron. All right, the enriched iron is complete. Now I'm just going to take that out. We do still have 40 carbon in there, which is enough to process 4. And I'm going to put the enriched iron back in there. It's going to process and turn into steel dust or steel powder, one or the other. I don't remember which. Boom, steel dust. We can take this, cook it, and it will become ingots. All right, our steel dust is done. I will set that aside for the moment. Now I'm going to drop these 4 redstone in. So that gives us the 40. And I'm going to drop the 2 osmium ingots. And remember, it's going to take 2 redstone dust per osmium ingot to make those control circuits. And there's our second one. Now we can head back upstairs because we need to cook up that steel dust. And we could use our jumbo furnace right there, Big Bertha. But we just made this guy up. We might as well use him. So let's try putting this dust in. Let's get that iron off of the top of there. Oh, no, that's our steel. 4 steel. Man, that cooked up quick, didn't it? All right, so we can take this iron off and go ahead and toss it in there to get cooked up. Perfect. That is a super handy little thing to have. All right, so we got our steel. We got, I think, everything we need other than a crafting table. So let's go into our backpack and pull one out. Toss that down, and let's get our steel casing done. And then let's get our enrichment chamber done. Too easy. And we'll toss him down and get him some go-go juice. Now, the next thing we want to make is some basic universal cables, because I don't want to be coming down here to do my crafting. I want to do it upstairs. So we're going to need steel and redstone. So we're going to have to make some more steel. Now that we have an enrichment chamber, we can change the way we make steel to make it a little bit cheaper. So before, it took 2 pieces of coal per steel. What we're going to do now is take 2 pieces of coal, and each piece is going to turn into 8 pieces. So that is 4 ingots each. Like so. Because it is still a 2-to-1 ratio. And what we're going to do is take these pieces of coal down here to our enrichment chamber, and we're going to toss them inside the enrichment chamber and let them get enriched. So one coal becomes this enriched carbon. This enriched carbon then can be put into our metallurgic infuser, and you notice becomes 80 millibuckets instead of 10. So a single piece of coal is 10 millibuckets. If you enrich it first, it becomes 8 millibuckets, thus can process the equivalent of 8 pieces of coal. So that's going to let us turn all of this iron, the 2 pieces of coal is now going to let us turn 8 pieces of iron into steel. All right, we processed our 8 enriched iron. You can see we still have 80 millibuckets of carbon left. That's going to let us go ahead and run it again to make the steel. All right, steel dust done. We can go ahead and take that upstairs and cook it up. I'm going to go ahead and pop these machines out because they won't be needed down here anymore. Let's do a quick check on our coke oven. We've processed 1 block of cold coke, and that gave us 5 buckets worth of creosote. So we'll be able to process 40 pieces of wood. All right, so we'll put the steel dust in here to get it going. Shouldn't take but a second. All right, and there we go. Now we can just take this like so. And we got half a stack of universal cables. So what I want to do is take these down here and run them off of the machines like so. And we're going to have to come out like this. Then I'm probably just going to bring them up and around. I think perhaps maybe I could come around just right here. I'd like to go up here. Right in that range. So like cables there. That is a little ugly. I think we will clean that up. What I'll probably do is end up running it down here and into the floor. And then maybe bring it up right here. That'll probably be cleaner in the future, but I'll clean that up a little bit later. All right, so now we can toss our machines up here. Awesome. And we can do all our enriching and infusing up here on our porch. All right, I did clean up down here just a little bit. I had to go ahead and make a few more cables. I was 3 cables short, so it's not perfect, but it'll get the job done. All right, we need to make some redstone alloy, and we're going to do it the same way. It requires, if you went straight to the metallurgic infuser, you would need 1 redstone and 1 iron ingot. But we can enrich the redstone first, which will allow us to process 8 at a time with a single redstone, thus saving us some resources. So there we go. We got the enriched redstone. Now that's an 8-to-1. So that gives us the 80 millibuckets. And since it's a 1-to-1, 1 iron to 1 redstone, that'll allow us to process 8 of the alloy. The infused alloy, that guy right there. So we'll get some of those processed up. We don't need 8, but we'll have 8 ready to go. All right, so we finished off that alloy. So now I want to work on an energy cube, which is going to hold 1.6 million FE. So we shouldn't run out of power even on a heavy processing job. We're going to need 2 of these tablets, like so. And we're going to need this case, like so. Oh, I need some more redstone. Let's grab that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom and a bam, and there we go. Basic energy cube. Then you can go up to the different tiers, which hold more and more. So the advanced holds 6 million. The elite holds 25 million, but 1 million is going to suit us just fine to get us going. So we'll put those away, and let's go ahead and get this guy integrated. To do that, we want to put him on the source. So we want to put him on this source line right here. So I can either kind of fit him in right there, or I can fit him in right there. I think this is the uglier spot. So I think I'm going to sit him in right here so it's prettier. Boom. And what we want to say is we want an input from the bottom and an output on the top. And honestly, all the rest of these we can turn off. So if you shift click, it immediately turns them off. And then you can see the cool little block in the inside of here as this guy starts to charge up with his 1 million RF. Nice. So now we got us a little battery here. You know, we got our generators producing the power. They're filling up the battery. The battery is then powering the machines. And because he's got an extra 1 million RFs, 1.5 million RF, you know, sitting in the tank, once he's full, even if we run more than, you know, 1 or 2 or 3 machines at a time, we should be okay for a little while. Now, the next thing I want to do is make a tool that is going to replace all of these tools that I keep wearing out over time and driving me nuts having to replace all the time. So in order to do that, we're going to have to spend some diamonds, and we're going to need, let's get rid of that to begin with. We're going to need, yes, some obsidian. So let's take this obsidian and we're going to put it in our refiner, our enrichment chamber. All right, so it enriched that obsidian and gave us 8 obsidian dust, so 4 per obsidian, and we're going to go ahead and toss a diamond in and process that, enrich it, and that's going to give us an enriched diamond. Now we can take this, toss it in here, and that's going to give us 80 millibuckets, which will process 8 obsidian dust and turn it into the fancier enriched in obsidian dust. Or refined obsidian dust is what I said. Yeah, that's what you heard. All right, so we got our refined obsidian dust. Now to process this further, we need a new machine. That machine is called an osmium compressor. And this is a fairly advanced little machine. So we're going to need some of those infused alloy. We're going to need the advanced control circuit. We made the basic control circuit before, but as you can see, the basic goes into the advanced. So we need to make up a few more of these guys. And that's just 2 redstone dust, 20 millibuckets, go into 1 osmium ingot. So of course we'll go ahead and enrich that redstone dust. That means we can process 4 osmium ingots or 4 control circuits. We'll only need 2 of those to make the advanced. Now we're going to need quite a bit of the infused alloy. Let's see how much we actually have left over. We have 4, which is not going to be enough. So we're going to need to go ahead and make some more of that as well. Okay, we got our enriched redstone. I'm going to go ahead and enrich 2 more. We'll pop that in and get it going on that osmium to make those control circuits. Now once this other one is finished, or these other 2 are finished, we're going to go ahead and process 16 iron ingots with them to get us 16 more of these infused alloy. All right, now those control circuits have finished. We're going to go ahead and toss those 16 iron in there to make that infused alloy. I'm going to pull those control circuits out. And while that's processing, we can actually use the infused alloy we already had, like so, along with these new control circuits to make the advanced control circuits that we're going to need. Perfect. So we can go ahead and toss these remaining basic control circuits into storage. We will use them later. So I'm going to have to get some steel. Let's go ahead and get 4 steel. Hopefully I have some up here still. I do. So 4 steel, 1 osmium. And ooh, I am short a piece of glass. So we need 1 more piece of glass here. Shouldn't be a problem. I think I can cook that in a blast furnace. Yeah. So what we'll have to do is flip the blast furnace out for the furnace. Oh, obviously we got a bird between episodes as well. There's a jungle just right there. Very, very close. kind of, you know, this big mountain that's behind us. You just go right around the corner. There's a jungle. So there's our other glass. Pop that off. We should be able to make a steel casing now. Perfect. So now we just need 2 buckets and 4 more alloy. And we are going to need a little bit of osmium to run the machine as well. Perfect. Those are going. We should have enough to do what we need to do. And there's our osmium compressor. And what we'll do is we will take our cable here and let's see, what side do I want to do it on? I think I want to put it right here. We will just break that like so. And actually I'm going to break this and just put that there. Actually, I could have left that there. I needed to break this one. So we got our osmium compressor. Let's get that guy planted down. And he is getting powered up. We're going to charge him with some osmium. You see that turns into liquid osmium up here. Now we can put, I need 7 of these refined obsidian. I'm going to leave the one out I don't need because we can use it for other things. Ooh, it is actually going through pretty quick. I'm going to have to go get some more osmium. All right, we've produced the refined obsidian we need. Perfect. So we can go ahead and bring that in here. And we're going to need an axe and a pickaxe and a shovel. Because we are trying to make a paxel. So we just need 2 more sticks. Oh, we had sticks. So we'll pop those in, then that, and then that, then that, and we get a refined obsidian paxel. Now this is the do-it-all tool from Mekanism. Well, the non-powered variant, right? Now we should... I want to see if we have the bits and pieces to make one of these. Yes, we do. So we need 4 of these petrified orbs, the petrified orbs, and 1 of the starlight pieces. So there's those and 1, 2, 3, 4. So when we just find these mining, these are pretty hard to come by. These aren't too bad. So that will make an internal stella. And we should be able to combine that with our paxel. Now this says 3 uses left, but I think when you use it, you don't get it back. Is it in here? Oh, why isn't this working? This used to work in previous versions. Did they change this so that it doesn't work anymore? So I needed to make a smithing table. Went ahead and did that real quick. We'll pop the paxel in with the eternal stella and bam. Indestructible refined obsidian paxel. All right, so we got our new indestructible paxel and we brought it down here to the mines and I can just go to town with the diggity diggity. Not have to worry about it breaking, falling apart, building a new one, all that nonsense. All right, we're back down here in the basement, and as you can see, our coke oven is off because it has processed 2 blocks of coke and has completely filled up with creosote, which means it cannot continue working. So I think what we're going to do is place a barrel down here, toss some of that Zirconia wood in there, grab us a quick crafting table, and one of these, one of those, and I'm going to toss this bucket in like so. And we're going to run this around the outside, toss that in the middle, and we're going to get some treated wood planks. And we have to wash, rinse, and repeat this about 52,684 times. And we will have a bunch of treated wood. In fact, I'm just going to do it enough to, Let's see, we got 8 buckets in here. I'm just going to empty the tank so it can continue going. Then we're going to make this process a little bit easier. All right, there we go. Made a stack of treated wood, and I'm actually even going to leave that bucket in there for the time being. And there's only 2 buckets left in here, and that'll give it plenty to go ahead and process. So I want to take this treated wood upstairs. And we're going to go back to immersive engineering. And I want to make a crafting table, which is the engineer's crafting table. We're going to need some treated wood planks, a crafting table, and some treated sticks. So there's our 4 treated sticks. There's our slabby-jabbies. We're going to need us a crafting table. Which, do I have one in there? Yes, I do. Do this. Boom and a bam. Does it not like the... It does not like the alternative wood crafting table. Okay, so we're just going to have to make an old school oak one. There we go. Boom and a bam, boom, bam. Engineer's crafting table. Now, okay, little bird, you can come over here. Nope, don't fly on my... Why you always fly on my shoulder? You can go away to be replaced by you. Now, this is a regular old crafting table, except it has storage on it. So you can store things here that you use often, which makes life quite a bit easier. Replace that crafting table with that crafting table. We can then stuff all of this goodness in here, like so. And notice how it remembers the recipe. How nice is that? Actually, let me go get one more stack of planks. So much like our famed Tinkerer's crafting table, which we all love, know and love. If you're worried about not having it in this pack, because no Tinkerers is in this pack, you kind of still do. If you use, I should say, immersive engineering. So pull that out, pull that out. So much easier. And of course, yes, there is automation we can do with this later, but for the time being, this is going to get us, and I'm going to be able to make tons of treated wood this way fairly easily. Okay, and the last thing I want to make today, just to make life easier for mining with our new handy-dandy paxel of unbreakability, is a dank. And dank has changed recently. A little bit. We're going to start with tier 1. And here we go. Now we got us a dank. Alright, I'm going to take you in the mines and show you what's changed and how it works. But before we do that, I want to upgrade it to tier 2, which is the highest I think I can go at the moment. There we go, dank 2, because tier 3 requires gold blocks, and I just don't have enough to make that happen. I'm going to have to go do some mining. Alright, got a little hole dug, and if you right-click on the dank, you can tell it to pick up or not pick up. And it's going to start in normal mode here. And you can see with the first dank, tier 1, we had 1 line. With the second dank, now tier 2, we have the second line as well. So we get this additional line of storage. And we can tell it to pick up all or filtered pickup, which is my preference. So it's not going to pick anything up yet because I haven't filtered anything. But if I go put a block like so and just toss these out on the ground, you will see they do not come into my inventory. Instead, they go into the dank. Now at tier 2, this guy will hold, I believe it's 1024 per stack. So that will give us quite a bit of cobblestone, and you know, honestly, I have no need for cobblestone. Have a ton of cobblestone? I don't know. Maybe I'll save it. I hate throwing things away. But you can void as well if you so choose by setting this to void pickup. So that anything it picks up, you know, in addition to, it will just destroy. So you see we're at 1035, and I think it'll carry it up to the limit. Yeah, we're at 1038, and once it hits the limit, it'll just start destroying. Okay, down here doing some mining, and just broke a spawner right here, and we got cave spider spawn eggs. How cool is that? I don't know. We'll find out. All right, everybody, I do think that's going to do it for this episode. Sure do appreciate you guys coming to hang out with me as always. As we tackled Mekanism, some immersive engineering, we built into the basement, we made a paxel, we did some mining, we made a null, we did all kind of crazy stuff today. So until next time, you guys get out there, make some noise. See ya.